chemistry class. So yesterday we have discussed the two important LAQs from 15th group elements, that is the preparation of ammonia and its chemical properties, then preparation of nitric acid and its chemical properties. Out of these two, any one you can get, students. Then we have discussed few VSAQs also. So today we are going to discuss the 16th group elements. So in 16th group elements, the important LAQ is the preparation of ozone and its chemical properties. And one more question we are having, preparation of sulfuric acid. This is the 4 marks question. This will you will get under 4 marks. And we are going to discuss few VSAQs also. Explain. Please write down. Explain the preparation of ozone. Preparation of ozone. Ozone formula is O3. Explain the preparation of ozone, O3, and how does it how does it reacts? How does it reacts with the following? How does it reacts with the following? Matlab, what are the various chemicals with which the ozone is going to react? The first one is ethylene, CH2 double bond CH2. First one is ethylene, CH2 double bond CH2. Then second one is moist potassium iodide. Ki is called as potassium iodide. And the third one is mercury, Hg. Mercury metal, it is going to react. And fourth one is lead sulfide. Fourth one is lead sulfide. I'm writing the names also. Please do write the names. So this is ethylene, C2, CH2 double bond CH2. You can write the formula as C2H4 also. Then this is potassium iodide. Potassium, need not to write the complete spelling. If you just write POT, it's sufficient. Potassium iodide. The next is mercury. And the last one is lead sulfide. Lead sulfide. Okay. So, preparation of ozone and its properties with the 4 chemicals. That is, one is the ethylene, C2H4. The next is with the moist potassium iodide. The next is with the mercury. And the fourth one is with the lead sulfide. Please write down the question fast. Sir? Move slide slide. Now, preparation of ozone. Formula of ozone is O3. Ozone is nothing but it is one of the allotropy of oxygen. Okay. Now, preparation of ozone. How we are going to prepare ozone? So, take O2, 3 molecules of O2. Through this, pass silent electric discharge. Silent electric discharge. Okay, मतलब electric current we have to pass. So when you pass silent electric discharge, you get 2O3. 2O3 plus, since you are supplying silent electric discharge, means you are supplying heat energy in the form of electric current, means delta H, you are supplying heat energy to the system, means it is a endothermic reaction. So what is the symbol for delta H? Positive. So we are supplying heat energy to the system. So delta H is positive plus 142 kilojoules per mole. Kilojoules per mole means एक मोल ऑफ ओजोन प्रिपेयर करने के लिए आपको इतना एनर्जी सप्लाई करना पड़ता. Okay, so this is the ozone. Through oxygen, when you pass silent electric discharge, you will get ozone O3, and since you are supplying heat energy to the system, to the reactants, so it is a endothermic reaction. It is endothermic reaction, right? So that is the reason delta H sign will be the positive. Now what is the statement? Ozone is prepared. Ozone is prepared ozone is prepared when slow dry stream. A statement has students. Stream of pure and cold oxygen is subjected to silent electric discharge. मतलब electric current. Then you will get ozone. So statement and equation लिखने के लिए आपको 2 marks मिलेंगे students. Statement और equation with the energy. आप सिर्फ यही इक्वेशन लिख के छोड़ दिए, एनर्जी नहीं लिखे, you will not get the marks. So आपको पूरा इक्वेशन as it is लिखना है. As it is, you have to write the whole equation. So that is 3 moles of oxygen. To this, when you are passing silent electric discharge, you will get 2 moles of ozone. Since you are supplying heat energy to the system, so it is an endothermic reaction. So how much of heat energy you need to supply for formation of 1 mole of ozone? 142 kJ per mole. So what is the statement? O3 is prepared when slow dry stream of pure and cold O2 is subjected to silent electric discharge. Please copy down fast or take the screenshot. Very, very important. जिस दिन का लेके उसी दिन प्रैक्टिस कर लो स्टूडेंट्स. Don't keep it for pending. Okay. The next is chemical properties. Next is chemical properties. Chemical properties of किसका? Of O3. Right? Now, first one is being reaction with ethylene. CH2 double bond CH2. ethylene इसको आप ऐसा भी लिख सकते हैं C2H4. Okay. तो हम लोगों को रिएक्शन बताने के लिए we are writing in this form. Now, O3 reacts with CH2 double bond CH2. Okay, now, so this is an addition reaction. It is an addition reaction. Addition reaction में क्या होता? You are adding the two reactants. There is no elimination. You are not removing anything. किसी भी चीज को आप निकाल नहीं रहे हो. सिर्फ आप दो reactants को add कर रहे हो. So it is an addition reaction. Now, the product which is formed, always remember, कभी भी addition reaction में जो भी product बनता, वो product में दोनों का नाम होना चाहिए. Both the reactants name should be there. So you will get ozonide. You will get ozonide. Now, ozone plus ethylene. आपको क्या करना है? It is addition reaction. मतलब 3 atoms of oxygen you have to add to the ethylene, right? So this is carbon. So this is one hydro. In order to explain the mechanism, I am writing in this form, students, so that easily you can understand the mechanism, right? So we have got 3 oxygen atoms. आपके पास 3 oxygen atoms है. तो एक ऑक्सीजन एटम को जो है आप ऊपर में ऐड करना है और बाकी के 2 ऑक्सीजन एटम्स को नीचे ऐड करना है. Right, students? Now, here we know that carbon valency is 4. Valency of carbon is 4. Means carbon will form 4 single covalent bonds. 4 bonds. Carbon will form 4 bonds. Now look at count the number of bonds around the carbon atom. 1, 2, 3, 4. So valency of carbon is satisfied. उन्हों 4 bonds से ज़्यादा नहीं बना सकता. That can be sigma bonds or pi bonds. But total it will form 4 bonds only. This is for first carbon. Now see for the second carbon. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. यहाँ पे भी 4 bonds हो गए. तो ना ये कार्बन या ये कार्बन और ज्यादा बॉन्ड नहीं बना सकता क्योंकि कार्बन की वैलेंसी जो है 4 है. तो उन्हों 4 से ज्यादा बॉन्ड नहीं फॉर्म कर सकता. नाउ यहाँ पे इथिलीन में 2 कार्बन के बीच में आपके पास 2 बॉन्ड्स हैं. लेकिन यहाँ पे जो है ऑलरेडी कार्बन की वैलेंसी सेटिस्फाई हो गई. कार्बन की वैलेंसी फुल हो गई. तो बिकॉज ऑफ दैट यहाँ पे आपको बीच में कुछ भी बॉन्ड नहीं मिलता. So you should not write any bond between the 2 carbons. Okay, students? So I'm erasing this numbers, otherwise it will be very much messy. Okay, now the next is what happens. So what is the name of this? So this is ethylene. Okay, so ethylene को आप ozone add कर रहे हो. So this is ethylene ozonide. आप ethylene पे ozone को add कर रहे हैं. So it is a addition reaction. So the product of addition reaction should contain the names of 2 reactions. Since it's addition reaction, product में दोनों का भी नाम होना चाहिए. So this is ethylene ozonide. The next, here this ethylene ozonide undergoes further reaction in the presence of metal zinc. It undergoes hydrolysis. Okay, in the presence of metal zinc, it undergoes hydrolysis. Now, hydrolysis में क्या हो रहा है? So here, like this, you can see the cleavage. Since there is no bond between 2 carbon atoms, so आप ये bond ऐसा break कर सकते हो. Now, so when you are breaking the bond like this, so what you will get? This is one product. What is this? H2CO. H2CO. Similarly, you have H2CO. Okay, H2CO. So 2 moles of H2CO. Do you have any compound like H2CO? No, but actually it is what? HC double bond OH. This is nothing but HC or HCH. HCHO. Okay, we can write it as HCHO. So this is HCHO. How many moles? This is 1 mole, this is 1 mole. 2 moles of HCHO we are getting. What is this HCHO? It is nothing but Formaldehyde. It is an organic compound in which aldehyde group is a functional group. So this is formaldehyde. Formaldehyde. Okay, students. So this is our main product. This is the intermediate. This is intermediate. Okay. जो product final product पहले बनता, that is called as intermediate. So I'm erasing the extra things so that there will not be any confusion. I'll write this once again clearly. Already I explained the mechanism, so I'll write it clearly. So here, so what you will get ethylene ozonide. So this is CH2. यहाँ पे एक oxygen atom. This is CH2 और यहाँ पे एक oxygen atom और यहाँ पे एक oxygen atom. Right, students? Now, since दो कार्बन के बीच में कुछ भी बॉन्ड प्रेजेंट नहीं है, तो आप इसका क्लीवेज ऐसा कर सकते हो, right? Now, so what you will get here? I'm writing this clearly. You will get 2 moles of HCHO, which is nothing but formaldehyde. This is nothing but formaldehyde. So this is known as formaldehyde. Okay, this product is formaldehyde. So this is ozone. O3 is nothing but it is your ozone. And what is CH2 double bond CH2? This is ethylene. CH2 double bond CH2 is the ethylene. The intermediate which is formed, this is called as ethylene ozonide, and your final product is formaldehyde. 2 moles. How many moles of formaldehyde you are going to get? 2 moles of formaldehyde we are getting. Okay. Copy down this first. This is what type of reaction? It is addition reaction. इसमें आपको लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. This is for your information I am giving. What is the product? Addition product का नाम क्या है? Ozonide. Okay. So whatever alkene you are taking, that particular ozonide you will get. If you take propene, you will get propene ozonide. If you take butene, butene ozonide, like that. So I am removing this also. आपको आईपी के लिए सिर्फ इतना ही लिखना है स्टूडेंट्स. The next one, next reaction, second reaction, it is reaction with moist potassium iodide. Moist मतलब in the presence of water. So Ki plus H2O plus ozone. Okay. So here Ki is converted to I2 plus KOH, potassium hydroxide plus O2. Potassium hydroxide plus O2. Here 2 iodines are there, so 2 Ki. 2 potassium are there, so 2 KOH. So 2 hydrogens, it is balanced. Oxygens कितने हैं? 1 plus 3, 4 oxygens. So 2 plus 2, 4 oxygens. यहाँ पे ट्रिक क्या है स्टूडेंट्स? Whenever there is a oxidizing reaction, for oxidizing reactions or oxidation reactions, you will have liberation of O2. This is the trick. Wherever there are oxidation reactions, you will get O2. So here, ozone is oxidizing Ki to what? I2. So here, why you are saying oxidizing here? Oxidation state of iodine is -1. Here, oxidation state of iodine is 0. So there is the oxidation state changing from -1 to 0. Matlab there is increase in oxidation state. Is it not, students? Increase in oxidation state is what? It's nothing but oxidation. Increase in oxidation state is oxidation. So iodine को कौन oxidize कर रहा है? Ozone is oxidizing iodine. So इसका statement क्या है? Moist ओजोन ऑक्सीडाइजर्स, स्टेटमेंट लिखना जरूरी है स्टूडेंट्स, ऑक्सीडाइजर्स moist potassium iodide, moist potassium iodide to iodine। स्टेटमेंट में आप फॉर्मूले नहीं लिखे तो अच्छा है, स्टेटमेंट में आप नाम लिखो और कैसे भी रिएक्शन में आपको फॉर्मूले लिखना ही चाहिए आप लोगों को। ओके, सो दिस इज द स्टेटमेंट, दिस इज स्टेटमेंट। ओके, एवरी रिएक्शन कंटेन्स two parts, one is statement and second is the chemical reaction। and now ये लिखना जरूरी है क्योंकि हम लोग नहीं बोल सकते, कभी कभी बोर्ड में स्कीम ऑफ वैल्यूएशन कैसा रहता, sometimes they will give 2 marks for equation only, sometimes they will give 1 mark for equation and 1 mark for the reaction। रिएक्शन के 1 मार्क, स्टेटमेंट का 1 मार्क देते, लेकिन वो लोग कब कैसा करते we can't say that, it is uncertain। So it is their choice whether to give whether full marks for the reaction or equal marks for statement and reaction। So that is the reason हम लोग को prepared रहना है, वो लोग पूछे या ना पूछे आप statement बनाओ और उसके साथ reaction को, क्योंकि जब तक आप statement आपको मालूम नहीं रहता आप reaction कैसा लिखते, तो reaction पढ़ने से पहले आपको statement को पढ़ना पड़ता, is it not? Anyhow you are reading statement, so better you write statement also। Okay, so we cannot say when the scheme is going to change, वो लोग कैसा scheme change कर सकते नहीं बोल सकते। तो हर reaction का just remember, केमिस्ट्री मतलब रिएक्शन के लिए स्टेटमेंट भी लिखना है आपको, इक्वेशन भी लिखना है, वो लोग कैसा मार्क्स दे रहे इट इज अप टू देम, बट हमारा काम क्या है, दोनों भी लिखना है। ओके स्टूडेंट्स, come on, copy down this here। Iodide is oxidized to iodine। So why we are saying it is oxidized? क्योंकि ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट -1 से 0 पे जा रहा है, so there is a decrease in oxidation state, decrease in oxidation state। So increase in oxidation state, why we are saying increase, -1 0, so 0 is greater than -1, so it is an increase in oxidation state, so therefore it is oxidation, it is oxidation। अगर oxidation state decrease होता है, so then it is called as reduction। So you know the basics, already you have studied in the first year stoichiometry में, ये basics पढ़ते हम लोग, oxidation क्या है, reduction क्या है। Okay students, तो ये भी आपको आंसर में लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है, this is for your understanding purpose only। Copy down fast, पहले statement लिखो उसके बाद reaction लिखो। Next, first second reaction हो गया, this is third reaction। Third reaction, reaction with mercury, Hg। Okay, now O3 reacts with Hg to give Hg2O। What is this Hg2O? This is mercurous oxide, this is mercurous oxide। Now when you take mercury, it shows 2 oxidation states, one is +1 oxidation state, as you know +1 should end with the suffix OUS, and it will show +2 oxidation state which will end with the suffix IC। Now here what is the oxidation state of mercury Hg2O if you write, so this mercury you assume as X, right, 2X plus -2 is equals to 0, 2X is equals to +2, so therefore X will be equal to +1। यहाँ पे mercury का oxidation state जो है +1 है, so +1 मतलब lower oxidation, lower oxidation state में suffix क्या होना चाहिए, OUS, so that's what mercurous oxide। Don't get confused students in mercurous and mercuric। mercuric मतलब +2 oxidation, अगर mercuric oxide मतलब HgO आना चाहिए, लेकिन यहाँ पे Hg2O mercurous oxide है। Okay, the next here Hg का oxidation state क्या है, metal, मेटल मतलब इट इज इन द जीरो ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट. जीरो से कहां पे आ रहा, +1 ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट आ रहा, मतलब ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट इज इंक्रीजिंग, मींस mercury is undergoing oxidation. So this is also oxidation reaction of ozone. Okay, statement क्या है? Statement ozone O3 oxidizes mercury to mercurous oxide. Mercury to mercurous oxide. Okay, students. So this is the equation. Come on, copy down fast. So this is also called as tailing of mercury. So tailing of mercury. I'll explain this with one basic. So that's what I'm not going in detail. What is this tailing of mercury? We'll explain in the basic. Okay, students. The next. Next is the fourth reaction with black lead sulfide. Black lead sulfide. Okay, what is happening to this black lead sulfide? So PbS, the formula of lead sulfide is PbS. I'll explain why it is PbS plus O3. Okay, so it will give rise to PbSO4 plus O2. To the reaction, students, PbSO4 plus O2. Now, how many sulfate are there? 4 plus 2, 6 sulfate are there. So, 2, 3 sulfate. Is that equation balanced? Yes. Now, what is sulfide? When you take sulfur, it shows 3 anions. It shows 3 anions. One is in -2, so this is called as sulfide. This is S-2. The next is sulfite, ITE. Don't get confused. This is SO3 -2. And the last one is sulfate, SO4 -2. Okay, एक letter में complete meaning will change, students. In one letter, complete meaning will change. S-2 is what? Sulfide, IDE. SO3 -2 is what? ITE, sulfite. SO4 -2 is sulfate. Okay, so here this is lead sulfide. Lead sulfide. Why the formula is PbS? We know lead will show +2 oxidation state, sulfide will show -2 oxidation state, +2 -2 gets cancelled, so you will get PbS. Is it not, students? Now, so this is what? This is black. So black lead, this is black lead sulfide is getting converted to white lead sulfates. So as I told you, what is the formula of sulfate? SO4. So lead क्या है? Lead is Pb +2. Sulfate क्या है? SO4 -2. +2 -2 gets cancelled. So what is the formula of lead sulfate? PbSO4. So here statement बनाना है अभी हम लोगों को. बनाए statement, right? So ozone oxidizes. Ozone oxidizes black lead. क्या है स्टूडेंट? सल्फाइड है, सल्फेट है? सल्फाइड है. ब्लैक लेड सल्फाइड टू white lead sulfate. Don't get confused, students. What the many students do? First they will write sulfide and they will write यहाँ पे सल्फाइड के जगह पे ATE लिखते, ATE के जगह पे IDE लिखते. इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट. ओके, तो फर्स्ट सल्फाइड को जो है आप सल्फेट में कन्वर्ट कर रहे हो. सो दिस सल्फाइड इज ब्लैक इन कलर. व्हेन यू पास ओजोन, that gets converted to white lead sulfate. Okay, students, come on, copy down this. Shall we recall everything? Okay. So in chemical properties, the first chemical property was preparation. The chemical property was reaction with the ethylene. So ozone reacts with ethylene to give ethylene ozonide statement बना लो. Students simple सा statement बनाओ. जैसा आपको reaction दिख रहा है वैसा ही statement बनाओ. So first reactant क्या है? Ozone. Plus मतलब reacts. What is the meaning of plus? Reacts. Reacts with किसके साथ? Ethylene. Okay. Arrow मतलब gives. एरो मतलब gives. What is the product here? Ethylene ozonide. ये क्या है ये? Intermediate है. This on further hydrolysis in the presence of metal zinc. This on further hydrolysis in the presence of metal zinc gives 2 moles of formaldehyde. It gives 2 moles of formaldehyde. The next reaction is the reaction with the moist Ki. Moist matlab water should be there. Okay. So because ozone can oxidize only in the presence of moisture. Here potassium iodide is getting converted into iodine. मतलब iodine का oxidation state -1 से 0 पे आ रहा है. मतलब there is increase in oxidation state. मतलब iodine is getting oxidized. The next one, reaction with the Hg. Here ozone oxidizes mercury to mercurous oxide. So O3 plus Hg gives rise to Hg2O. As I made it very clear that mercury forms 2 oxidation states, +1 oxidation state and +2 oxidation states. Okay, +1 should end with the suffix OUS and +2 should end with the suffix IC. So यहाँ पे +1 है, so OUS, mercurous oxide. Then the next one, last one, ozone oxidizes black lead sulfide to white lead sulfate. So this is about the chemical properties of what? Ozone, chemical properties and preparation. The next, it's a 4 marks question, student. Important hai. Explain the preparation of. Explain the preparation of sulfuric acid. Preparation of sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid. Okay, now here this also involves some 4 steps. First step is burning of sulfur. Burning of sulfur or सल्फाइड ओर. आप किसी भी सल्फाइड ओर को बर्न करें तो भी आपको सल्फर डाइऑक्साइड मिलता. टू गेट सल्फर डाइऑक्साइड. टू गेट सल्फर डाइऑक्साइड. बर्निंग का मतलब क्या है? सल्फर प्लस ऑक्सीजन, you will get SO2. Is it not, students? If you take sulfide ore, for example, FeS2, iron sulfide plus 11O2 will give rise to Fe2O3, okay, plus SO2, right? So either directly you can burn the sulfur to get SO2 or you can take any sulfide ore. can take any sulfide ore to get the sulfur dioxide. Okay, students, we'll balance this 2 FeSO2 because 2 moles of Fe are there. So here sulfur are 4, so 4 SO2. Okay, now, so here you can write only one reaction, students. No need to write the both the reactions. आपको जो reaction easy लगता आप वो लिख सकते हो, वहां पे कुछ भी आपको कंपल्शन नहीं है कि यही लिखना है बोल के. ओके, आप कोई भी रिएक्शन लिख सकते हो, राइट. बैलेंस करो. So this is 4 मतलब this is 2, so 2 3 are 4, then 2 3 are 6 plus 4 2 are 8, so 6 plus 8. The next. So this is the step 1. Then step 2. Step 2 क्या है? So sulfur dioxide, it is going to react with the oxygen, right? So in the presence of catalyst, vanadium pentoxide, or we can take platinum. Okay, the chemical which catalyzes the reaction is vanadium pentoxide or platinum. Temperature 400 to 450 degrees Celsius and pressure 1.5 to 2 atmospheres. You can take the pressure. So you will get SO3, sulfur trioxide. So 2 moles of SO2. Excuse me. 2 3 are 6, so 3, right? So step 1 क्या है? Burning of step 1 में आपको sulfur dioxide prepare करना है. तो आप कैसा prepare कर सकते हो? Either directly burning the sulfur or burning any sulfide ore, you'll get sulfur dioxide. Then that sulfur dioxide is oxidized to sulfur trioxide. Oxidized to sulfur trioxide. Sulfur trioxide. Okay, so this is what? Sulfur dioxide. So what are the conditions for this reaction? You can apply the Lee-Chatter's principle here. So here 2 plus 3, 5 moles, 2 moles. So there is decrease in the volume. Decrease in volume matlab the reaction takes place high pressure and low temperature. At low temperature, as you know, the product yield will be very less. So in order to have good yield of product, optimum conditions will be applied. So there are 2 steps. Please write down these 2 steps. Third step. अब क्या मिला आपको? SO3 मिला, right? SO3 is absorbed. SO3 is absorbed into H2SO4. What is H2SO4? Sulfuric acid. थोड़ा sulfuric acid डाले तो क्या होता है आपको? You will be getting oleum. SO3 plus H2SO4 gives H2S2O7, which is called as oleum. Okay, now, so this oleum, step 4, oleum is dissolved in water. इसको पानी में डाले तो आपको क्या मिलता? To get sulfuric acid. Oleum is dissolved in water to get sulfuric acid. So reaction क्या है? H2S2O7, which is nothing but oleum. To this you are adding water, you are diluting oleum with water, you will get 2 moles of H2SO4, sulfuric acid. So sulfuric acid, we have done the preparation in how many steps? 4 steps. First step क्या है? Liberation of SO2. SO2 कैसे आता? Either by directly burning the sulfur or burning any sulfide ore. वो जो ore में सल्फाइड आयन रहता है, अगर वो ore को आप burn करोगे तो आपको सल्फर डाइऑक्साइड मिलेगा. The most convenient ore is the iron sulfide, so that's what we have taken, iron sulfide. The next step was what? Sulfur dioxide was converted into sulfur trioxide. So oxidation of sulfur dioxide will give sulfur trioxide. For that, we have to maintain the conditions, because according to the equation, there is the decrease in number of volumes when you move from left to right. So you can apply the Le-Chatelier's principle. So according to Le-Chatelier's principle, when volume decreases, the conditions are high pressure and low temperature. So what are the pressure? 1.5 atmospheres to 2 atmospheres. But at low temperature, the yield is very less. So because of that, to improve the yield, so you can take the, to improve the yield. So we are maintaining the optimum conditions like moderate temperature, not high temperature, but we are maintaining moderate temperature of 400 to 450 degrees Celsius. Already we have seen that in the slides. Is it not, students? So here, and this reaction takes place in the presence of catalyst vanadium pentoxide. This takes place in the presence of catalyst vanadium pentoxide. You can use vanadium pentoxide or you can use platinum also. Okay, any one catalyst you can employ here. The next, you'll get sulfur trioxide. That sulfur trioxide is absorbed. Sulfur trioxide is absorbed into sulfuric acid. You'll get oleum. By heart the formula of oleum, students, H2S2O7. This oleum, when dissolved in water, it will give sulfuric acid. Okay, students, please copy down this. First I'll give place the first slide, के बाद आप second वाला copy कर. Thank you, students. Copy down this.